What's up, everybody, and welcome to Classic Video Review. I don't even know what to say about this movie. I was bored and decided, you know what, I did talk about it in a previous review that maybe I should give it a try, and I did. And surprisingly, only took like, what, 4 of his movies to find one that I kind of liked. That was one that was actually watchable. Steven Seagal, Out for a Kill. This is one of those, it's so bad, it's watchable, you want to watch it, right? It's that bad. It's, okay, so the movie starts off and this Chinese lady is narrating over this case that she's following, and then it cuts to these Chinese gang members that are all sitting around a table, smoking cigars, talking. And then it goes to a strip club, and this, I thought Catwoman overdid it with slow motion. This movie did it with slow motion, and every scene, like, this gang is like walking in very, very slow motion. The people in the crowd slow, I mean, everything. And then the shooting, and then they just slow motion walk away. It was, oh. And then the transition from like one scene to another, they had just a floating gun with fire around it. Like, it made no sense. And then they get to Steven Seagal, and he's a professor getting an archaeology award, and I'm just like, oh no. Like, him as a detective and a cop, I'm like, I can, okay, but him as a professor, get out of here. And then his speech, this is one of those movies where he re-recorded his dialogue, or recorded dialogue after stuff was seen or shot, because there would be scenes where he's talking, but he's not talking. Like, the character on screen is not talking. This was weird. And then there was like this one point, he's over in this other country investigating this, or looking into these artifacts, and all of a sudden they're getting, him and this girl that he's working with are getting chased, and they're driving, and the guy is shooting, and the bullets are like super slow motion, zoomed in CGI, and they go through the vehicle, and then they hit the girl, and then she's laying in his arms dead, and they have that image, but then it's like the driving, and then it cuts away that, and it's driving again, then it cuts to him holding her. It's, I read one of the things that somebody said about this movie. It's like somebody took the pages to the script and story and just threw it up in the air, and whatever landed, that's what they did. And this kind of really feels like it. There are so many parts in this movie where you think it's going to go into a serious stretch of dialogue or something, and it's not there. Like, I feel like this movie is missing tons and tons of scenes. Which I guess maybe it's a good thing they didn't add them, or it was cut away, because I was able to sit through this. This was ridiculous, this movie. This is the newest Steven Seagal film I have on VHS tape. I saw it was like from 2003. I'm like, alright, I don't like his 80s, I don't like his 90s films. Let's try this. It's, like I said, it's so bad it's good. I wouldn't even know where to find this. Probably, if I had to guess, Tubi or Amazon. That seems to be the main place where I see his movies at. Oh, and then like at one point he's like he's in an airplane flying. These 2 detectives that have been followed. Oh, by the way, he ends up going to jail for like 2 days. Then the FBI cut him loose. They don't give a fuck about his family or anything. They just want him to be targeted by the gang so that they can find them. The 2 cops who arrest him, they're outside looking up at this airplane going, I know I'm all over the place with this, but dude, I don't even know how to explain it. The background, it's an obvious green screen. Like, they couldn't film these 2 actors outside just looking up at a sky. They had to put an obvious green screen. And then the plane ride is, so like I said, all this whole movie is basically slow motion for so many parts that don't even need it. And but then you get to the airplane, and it is like super sped up fast. Like, it's ridiculous. And then there's an awkward lesbian scene between the Chinese cop and this tattoo artist, and all it was is her. It wasn't even that. She just wanted to get information about drugs that lead to this gang. Dude, this movie is so nuts. And before you find out, Steven Seagal is not really just a professor. He used to be a thief that stole archaeology objects, went to prison, got his doctorate, came out, changed his name and everything. But before that, before you even know that, he's at the funeral for the one girl, because he gets out, and all of a sudden these two guys show up with swords, and he's able to fight them with swords. Dude, at one point, he's at this one guy, he's on a trail killing all these people, especially after they burn his house down. But before that, he's at a restaurant, and basically they made a deal like, stop bothering us, we won't bother you, we'll leave you alone. And he's like, fine, I'll never think about you guys again. If they would have just let that go and let him walk off and not bothered him, movie would have been done and over with. Instead, though, the one guy starts making comments to him, and they didn't get physical. He did. And he just, like, he breaks their necks, he's breaking arms, the guy is shooting up the place, and then they burn down Steven Seagal's character's house, killing his wife. So then he goes on a tirade, killing all these people, and at one point he's fighting a guy that's literally crawling on the walls, and there is no explaining why. It's insane. But anyways, he makes promise to the dad of the Chinese girl that got killed that within 1 week before his wife's funeral, he will have took vengeance and taken them all down, which he eventually does. It's just a wild ride. And I apologize for swearing in this review, but dude, this one, I don't even know. I'll show you guys the back here real quick at the tape. So yeah, I found a Steven Seagal movie that I actually kind of enjoyed. And it's not because it was great. It was because it was super weird and bad. But with that being said, I'm giving it a 2.5. Honestly, I recommend you watch it. This is probably the first 2.5 movie that I'd say go check it out. Again, I think you're more than likely gonna find it on Tubi and Amazon. This is wacky. Like, they had some crazy ideas that just didn't pan out. I believe this was like no, it wasn't his first. I was gonna say it was his first direct-to-video, but I think I have it. I think it's called The Patriot. I don't know when I'll do another Steven Seagal. The next video review might be Steven Seagal. I don't know, but oh, and then he has this jet black mullet, and the ends of it, it's just so weird. I mean, I could go on and on about this movie. This movie was messed up. Go check it out. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.